welcome. I'm having a little class today, so please behave. Hello, Noel. Welcome. I'm going to show you how to make a Live2D model. I made a little kitty that I'm gonna color and then rig, and we'll sell it for super cheap on Etsy, probably like $2. And we were gonna make a bunny version and a puppy version too. But I'll probably make the bunny version and puppy version after stream. I just want to keep it kind of simple. I'm excited. I hope it is helpful for any pony who wants to learn how to make a Live2D models. Here we go. Let me get my display capture. Yeah. And then let me play some lo-fi Sonic music. Does that feel like that today? Yippee! Yeah. So I pasted I like to draw on paper, or we like to draw on paper, and it does look like happy. I'm gonna make it pink though. Yeah, pasted the sketch in, took a picture of it, pasted it in, and then I deleted the background layer. And then I'm on another layer. And then we usually like to color whatever's on the bottom first. It's not really something you gotta do, but for rigging, you have to have anything that how do I explain? Anything you want to be moving independently has to be on a different layer. So we're going to have the tail on a layer, and the legs each on different layers, and the arms on different layers. The inside of the mouth on different layers, the teeth on different layer, the upper lip on different layer, the whiskers in different layers, the nose on different layers, etc. I'm going to make the kitty pink. But there's also a way to change the colors of the models in VTube Studio. If anyone buys this model and wants to make the colors different from the colors I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna cut out the tail first. I'll make the tip of the tail a lighter pink color. Sometimes I like to get a little lazy and sloppy with coloring and then just erase the edges after I color. Especially because with Photoshop, most art programs probably. Oh yeah, maybe I should have said that I'm coloring in Photoshop. Photoshop is one of the programs that if you import the file into Live2D, it remembers what layers you used. I think there's a list of programs that work with Live2D for that. Some people use, I think, Clip Paint Studio. What is that one program called that everyone likes? It's got the word clip in it, I think. But I think Photoshop is just like the most, we're the most familiar with Photoshop other than Flash. Kitty. I'm turn the music down a little. I think most people that draw know how to use Photoshop. So it's probably more important that I show the Live2D stuff, but I thought if anybody wants to know how the full process, I might as well do both. Oh, it's my display capture isn't showing my full display. Hang on. Maybe that's because my tablet is big, but so I'm gonna name this layer tail, and then when it comes to coloring anything that is supposed to look the same on the other side, like legs or arms or ears, I usually sketch the whole thing and then just pick which one I like better and just don't color the other one and flip the one I like better. I'll color this one. I like to use a darker pink to draw the toes. Okay. And then make it a little pointy at the end. Yeah. I'm gonna call that leg L. And then I duplicate the layer, leg R. And then I go image, rotate, flip layer horizontal. This is good there. I'm gonna make a new layer for the body. But sometimes I might click the little eye so I can see just the layer I'm on. Oh yeah, with the body, I'm going to draw like half of it and then duplicate it and flip it and then merge layers so that it's symmetrical. I'm gonna copy the like pink color there. Maybe I'll split it right down the middle. Duplicate it and flip it. Might have to fix it a little bit, but. And then I click the two layers I want to merge, the two halves, and I hold Control and E, and it merges them. And I'll rename it to body. And I'll just fix this little overlap bit here. Oh, it kind of reminds me of the Pink Panther. If Pink Panther was a little kitty. Let's see. And I might use the darker color to separate the legs and the tail a little bit. Here that I used. Most people probably are gonna draw with lines. But I love doing the lineless style. Yeah, panthers are a kitty, but I'm a little kitty, not a big kitty. Maybe I'll just do it for the tail. Maybe I'll raise the tail a little bit. Oh, my lines are a little askew. I think that's good. Yeah, let me save. See if it has. Let's call it Kitty. I never really thought to. Oop! I forgot we have a hidden mate named Kitty. I'll save it as Cat. A new layer, and I'm gonna make one of the arms. And then I'm gonna grab that darker color. Oh, a little hard to grab. Okay. And you rotate it a little. Maybe I will line it a little bit so it's not running into the body. Oop. Okay. I'm gonna name arm out. Oops. Arm out. And duplicate it and name it arm R. And flip it. Maybe I'll line that arm R. it's not running into the tail so much. I think usually we don't have to do this kind of thing with our art style. It's just because usually you would have more colors that aren't, you know, making it so that it's hard to see things. I just thought we'd keep it simple with this design. There we go. Kind of looks like the sketch is wearing a costume now. And make another layer for the head. Yeah. Or maybe I'll actually do the ears next, because I think the head will go on top of the ears. Doesn't really matter because you can drag the layers around. I think I like the way the right ear looks a little bit more. And then I'll use the lighter color again. Hi, Excellence, Amalia, welcome. I'm doing a little tutorial on making Live2D models. Ear R, and then duplicate it and name it ear L. I like having L under R for some reason. It doesn't really matter, but just for consistency. Okay, now I'm gonna make the head. And I like to duplicate it and flip it. It's okay. Yeah. I'm gonna merge the layers and bottom head. I'm doing pretty good, thank you. Having fun working on this kitty. Oh, I might have to move the ears. There we go. Gotta do the mouth now. And then duplicate and flip. See, inner mouth. Maybe I'll make the tongue more of a reddish pink. Maybe I'll... Photoshop does this thing you probably saw where when you try to color something in, it leaves a line of white like bits, pixels behind. So I gotta do this. Oh yeah, so for the layers, that's just so when you import it into Live2D, it retains the layer name, so it's, you know what you're rigging. Normally we don't really name our layers either, but we do. Actually, normally we don't even usually use layers. We're crazy. We just keep drawing on top of things. Now I'm gonna do the teeth. Usually we would put the teeth on the same layer as the upper lip so that the teeth are on the outside, but I feel like putting them on the inside. So you open the mouth and then you get the teeth surprise. Fifi mentioned how when you first started streaming, headmates were surprised by how you sounded on stream, and turned out that might have been Fifi. Oh, think about it, because you sound different now. Oh wow, that could be, but we were thinking that. Wait, maybe you got it right. I was gonna say that that I sounded different than, or I felt different, or I vibed different than what we thought I was in Headspace. Teeth surprise. That could be too, that it was Fifi before. I ended up sillier. Where's the head? Where's the inner mouth? There we go. I didn't realize the inner mouth had that little thing I gotta fix in the middle. Overlap thing. And I merge the two teeth. And call them teeth. And then I'll do the upper lip. Yeah, so for the upper lip, you wanna have the same color as the head. This makes it so that the inner mouth is less likely to like clip through the upper lip if the upper lip has this like shield of skin. I don't know how to describe it. You gotta believe me. And we used to do a bottom lip, but then we realized with our art style you don't need a bottom lip. The bottom lip is just if you are lining the bottom lip. Like if you have a black line around the bottom of the mouth. But we've always just had a line for the upper lip, but not the bottom lip in drawing in general. Skin shield. Oops, I'm on erase here. Oops. Oh, right, I forgot about the pink. I gotta make it pink. And then duplicate it and flip it. And I merged the two and call it upper. I think I'm gonna do the eyes. I was thinking to give Kitty green eyes. Of course, we gotta color Scalera first. Awa! Nexalus, thank you for the follow. Wait, why won't it let me? Oh, hello? What? Oh no, did it freeze? I think it might have froze. I was kind of worried that would happen. It doesn't usually happen. It makes sense it would happen on stream. I've been saving pretty regularly though. Wow. Yeah, you're very welcome. Do I gotta close it? Oh my goodness. I'm sorry about that. Okie dokie, no problem. you. I gotta close it and reopen it. I've decided to freeze. The program got pulled. Let's see, hopefully... That's more than I'd like to have to redo, but... Oh, the head's there. It's just that, okay. So I just gotta redo the mouth. Yeah. Oh no, why is Justin not saying that? Maybe I gotta... Oh, VTS Pog wasn't open. I'm sorry. Let me try it again.
Oh, nom nom. Frozen program ice cream.
Oh, nice. Was it crackly? Okay, now for the teeth. Okay, for a second I thought it froze again. Ah, no! The H wasn't typing. Okay. I almost forgot the nose. I did forget the nose. We should maybe do that after I get caught up. So I don't forget the nose. Or maybe the nose should be above the eye. I mean, layer-wise, not position-wise. Okay. I'm trying to... There we go. I wanted 3 pickles. Okay, now I'm all caught up. Kitty butt mouth. Oh yeah, it's the new layer. Layer L. We'll move it over a little. Kitty. And then I do the iris. Hi, Fable! Welcome! I name this iris L, and then duplicate name iris R. Kitty. getting pretty close to the rigging stuff too. I'm bringing back pupil. L. And then for pupil R. I remember seeing Alexella's and Malia on that other stream. As I looked at the thing, they have a head name, and I'm Ellie! Double Ellie! Aww. I call this white shine. L. Okay, now I'm gonna make a nose. Kitty needs nose to smell. Like that. Was that scary? Yay! Oh yeah, I just remembered one thing I wanted to add with the eyes is the eyelash or eyelid. I guess I call it the eyelash here. Where's the head layer? Right here. I'm on eraser. So silly. Here we go. Or maybe it's almost like both an eyelash and an eyelid. I wasn't really gonna like cover the eye with it though. I was just gonna morph it down to be like here. So I think it's more of an eyelash. Fastest sniffing in the West. Can add that to my resume too. feel like it needs to go over a teeny bit more. The more you zoom in, the more you can move it. Or the more slightly you can move it, that's what I mean. I think I had eyebrows on this guy. Ears might be hiding it. Yeah. Colors. Brown L. And the last thing is the whiskeys. Maybe not that thick. And I think I'll delete the sketch layer. Oops, not duplicate. Wrong D word. Whiskers. Oh. Yeah. I feel like I want to move the eyes a little further apart. So just grab all the left eye pieces. And then all the right eye pieces. Vibes. Pet the pet. Ah. Perfect time before I switch over to Live2D. My pet, Justin. okie. I'm just gonna put my tablet, putting it away really quick. What? And you gotta make display capture. Yeah. Infinite Snuggle and Infinite Live2D. Oh yeah, we have the free version of Live2D. I think it comes with enough features to be able to make good simple models with.
My parent is infinite. I have infinite love now.
Aww. Now I open the PSD file. Get all the PSD files we got. I named it cat. There's the kitty. So first you gotta make everything into a mesh, and you can silliness plus 20%, loudness minus 35%, softness plus 10%, cuteness. You makes it fun. This seems about accurate. So you can manually make everything a mesh, but I don't really see why when you can do an automatic thing. That's a lot faster. There might be some instances where you gotta do it manually, but if you hit Control, hold down Control and hit A, it selects all of the parts, all the layers, and then you just hit Auto, and then you can make standard, little, or heavy amount of you'll see. Like, I usually go for standard, and here's what little looks like, and then heavy. Oh wow, I was having trouble loading in heavy. I usually just do standard, but I like to do heavy for the upper lip. So, and maybe the eyelashes. So I'll change, I just double clicked on it to select just that layer. And go auto, heavy, and check mark. I like to do, oops, I don't think it actually, here we go. I just like to do heavy on anything that requires a lot of transformation. I don't really know how to explain it properly until you see what I mean. And I often like to actually start with the eye blinking and mouth closing, because those are, in my opinion, like the trickiest parts and the most annoying parts to work with. Just get the worst part out of the way. So I guess I'll start with the mouth. So here's all your layers on the left and the upper lip. And you can click this button, Deform Path Edit, and put all these funny balls on the path that you want to have animated. And then you go down, see here's all your parameters. Let's go mouth form and mouth open are the two parameters for moving the mouth when you talk. Mouth open is mouth just opening and closing the mouth. And mouth form is like happy mouth and sad mouth and regular mouth. And then you put these dots, these keyforms. I put 3 for mouth form and 2 for mouth open. And you can also add as many as you want if you click this dot. It's a lot like animation. So if I drag this red dot all the way to the left, that means it's recording. When it's green, it's recording whatever you put on that. so when the green dot when the green dots are on and the red dot is all the way to the left, that means whatever you move will be what the character looks like when the mouth is closed, because it's all the way to the left. And if you moved it all the way to the right, then it would look like how it will look like when the... Whoops, I didn't mean to right click. Ah! When you move it all the way to the right, it will show what the character will look like when the mouth is all the way open. And then this middle dot is like the regular, kind of like default or whatever, what the mouth form will be. And then all the way to the right is like when you're smiling really big. And then all the way to the left is like when you're sad. Wait, I can show it on my model. Well, you can already see my model, but I was trying to get it up for me to look at. Like, see, here's like when my regular mouth, and then when I smile big, it's got a different mouth shape. When I'm sad, it's got a little different mouth shape. Okay. So I think this is good for what it looks like open, and then I drag it to the left. I'm gonna let me do. I'm trying to click off of. There we go. Oh, I know. I need to select this arrow tool. That's what I need. I don't know what these rings did. Did I do something? Hang on. What is these rings? Okay. I think we're back to normal. Got rid of the mouth open. Okay. Here I go. So I'm gonna... I guess I don't have to make the shape that much different. I'm gonna lower the mouth so it's like the mouth is lower when it's closed and higher when it's open. Snuggle's sad. It's okay, I was just demonstrating. I'm not really sad. And you pull it over here. So this is what it's gonna look like when it open and really happy. Now this is why I like to do heavy dots on the upper lip, because you're moving it more than most of the other body parts. So the more mesh, I forgot what you call these dots, the more of that you got, the more movement you can get out of it, I think. And then see, the mouth isn't actually closed when it's supposed to be closed, because this part, we gotta move the inner mouth. I just remembered another important thing that I gotta do, but I'll finish transforming the upper lip first. Okay. So now I just gotta do the sad mouth. Sad mouth opens, just curve. Oh, sad kitty. Who made this kitty sad? I did. That's right. Okay, the thing that I just remembered that I was supposed to do is clipping, which is where, like, for the teeth, if I clip the teeth, see, you can just fly away. Bye, teeth. But if I clip the teeth to the inner mouth, then they'll stay in the inner mouth and won't fly away if I move them too much, which is nice. So I go to inner mouth and I highlight, I click on ID and I copy it, and I go to teeth and I paste it in where it says clipping ID. And now they can't fly away. They gotta stay in here. And we do that with the eyes too. So I go to sclera and I copy the ID for the left sclera and I paste it in the iris. Now the iris is contained in the sclera. And I kind of go all the way down, copy the ID for the left iris and paste it in the left pupil, copy ID for left pupil, paste it in the white eye shine, left white eye shine. And I do that with the right one. Copy ID for right sclera, paste it in. Clipping ID for right iris, copy ID for right iris, paste it in right pupil, copy ID for right pupil, and paste it in white eye shine. Okay, I like to do that at the beginning, but I forgot. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the inner mouth. So, I'm going to create a warp deformer. Most of what I'm going to move will use a warp deformer. It's just anything with the deform path tool will not use the warp deformer. So the upper lip and eyelashes aren't going to use the warp deformer for animating their transformations, but I'm going to create a warp deformer for inner mouth. I just got inner mouth. And then I make the dots happen for inner mouth. So like 2 on mouth open and 2 on mouth form. So the main thing we gotta do is when it's closed, when it's all the way to the left on the open parameter, we gotta go like this so that it's actually gonna close. Now it goes and then for this one, the one that's all the way to the left on mouth form, the sad one, I like to transform it a little bit into like an O shape. It's like, oh, I'm sad. Maybe even like that a little bit. Then I go to the middle one. I like to put the top part on right along the mouth there, and then just close that there. Yeah! Wow! Meow! And then for the mouth open on the happy, we stretch the mouth more out so it's super open and happy. Oops, I didn't mean to rotate. And then I hope this is making sense somewhat. Anyway, this is tutorial for becoming a cartoon. Yeah! After this stream, everyone will be able to transform themselves into a real cartoon.
Am I a cartoon?
Absolutely. We are all cartoons.
Yeah.
The pronounced yay as yeah. Interesting. Yipper! Oh yeah, so then I have a special folder that I have for Live2D models because I found that if you were to uninstall Live2D, VTube Studio, the program that I use to use the models, if you were to uninstall it, like if you uninstall Steam and uninstall the program with Steam and then reinstall it, it just gets rid of all of your folders. I found that out the hard way a few weeks ago. So we made up a folder outside of the VTube Studio folders. And then we just paste the folders into the VTube Studio folder. That way we got a backup. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to save it there. I meant to save it... I didn't mean to save it there. I meant to save it in the cat folder. Right here. Okay. Yippier, yippiest. Okay, now I'm gonna move the eyelashes. So...
Do I have the fastest yippee in the West?
No, I do! I challenge you, Justin, to a yippee off. Okay, so I'm gonna animate the eyes closing or blinking. So, see this parameter, IL open. Oh, first I gotta put the dots on, I guess. Here we go. If we could live our lives in a silly cartoon show, we wouldn't feel existential dread. From what to do or where to go, we'd simply walk around, go about our day, and most people that we meet would have funny things to say. Aww. So for eye open, I'm gonna put the 2 dots. Oh, I wondered if it was a parody or something you made up. It's such a good song. Oh. So see, when it's all the way to the right, the eyes open, and when it's all the way to the left, the eyes closed. So I'm gonna drag it down here. And then... transform the dots. Maybe even rotate it. Maybe not that low. I can bring up the low part of the eye up. Like when you animate in Live2D or rig in Live2D, you rig bit by bit. So you kind of have to imagine, just focus on what you're animating and imagine the rest going along with it, or just ignore this whole eye and just focus on the eyelash and what it might look like when this whole part is not able to be seen. I think that looks good. Whoa. Oh, have fun at work, Feepa. If you can. Now I'm gonna put dots on the little right eyelash. Yeah. And go down to right eye open and hit the 2 dots. And drag it to the left, which is when it's closed. I'm trying to get it to look like the other one. Yeah! The only way to work. The only way that work should be, I should say. See, this is the animation that happens when you close your eyes. So now I'm gonna make a warp deformer, this button, for the sclera. So I'll just call it sclera L. And click the 2 dots. See, the red is already open to the left. And make a CP kitty. You can even try to hide the eye, like completely in the eyelash. I think that looks good. Make a warp deformer for right sclera. Put up our IR open. And you can always drag this to... I guess you don't see anything. I was gonna say to make it match. And then I like to kind of have the dots at the same points to make sure that they keep lining up. It looks pretty even. And go iris. Even though you can't see the iris right now, it makes it more realistic if you do move each eye part. At least a little. It's pretty subtle, the movement of the iris, but I think it helps. I'll move it down a little bit. Helps give it some life. Let me make it a little smaller. Yeah. And do the same for the right one. This kitty's sleepy. And then pupil. A pupil, you gotta hide more. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I forgot to click on the green button to get it recording. I gotta go to IL and press the green button. Okay. I feel like this one is a little too big somehow. Maybe I gotta just squinch it a little more. Okay. It's probably good. And then I just got the white eye shine. And move it over a little bit. Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah. Okie dokie. Now you can put warp deformers in a warp deformer. I'm gonna do that to just clean up my layers a little bit. So that I'm gonna put the inner mouth and the upper lip and the teeth all together in a warp deformer called mouth. So that when I want to move the mouth left and right and up and down, they all stay together. And I'm gonna put the sclera together, the sclera L and right. Sclera is. And the irises. The pupils. Oh, whoops, I'm only on the right one. Here we go. Pupils. You gotta hold control to select multiple layers. Like shines. Okay, I'm gonna move, I think, the head now. Yeah. So I'm gonna select the head and make a warp deformer called head. I'm gonna go to angle X. Angle X is left and right. Like, watch this. This is gonna blow your mind. This is angle X. So when it's on the left, you move left. And when it's on the right, you move right. So I'm gonna put 3 dots. So there's one in the middle just for looking straight. And then, oh, it helps to think of the warp deformer as a piece of paper. So like, if you're turning the paper left, the left gets like smaller. Oops. Ah. And the right gets bigger. You can move this middle one too. I might move the whole thing over. This is for so the kitty can look left. And then you can click these 3 lines here and select reflect motion, reflect horizontally, so that it does the same but the opposite on the right turn. And then we do angle Y, which is up and down. So for my model, angle Y is not as obvious to see as Z and X, I think. But Y, when you drag the ball to the left, looking down is to the left, and up is right, if that makes sense. So like, this red dot when it's all the way to the left, this over here is when the character is looking down, and over here is when the character is looking up. But if you look down, you shrink. Oh yeah, that's because I have a thingy on VTube Studio that when I'm further away from the camera, I get smaller, and when I'm close to the camera, I get bigger. That's not a rigging thing. That's a VTube Studio thing. We turned that off for the TTS pets. We used to have that on for TTS pets, and then it was like when we would get close to the camera, the pet would get bigger too. So we had to turn that off because that didn't look good. Yeah. I think some people like to turn that off. They don't like getting bigger when you're closer to the camera. And I think it's generally fine. I think it gives a little more life to the model, but if you're like moving around too much, it can look funny. I don't think we move around that much that it looks too funny, usually. So for it to look down, the bottom parts get smaller and the top parts get bigger. You can drag this down too to really make it look like looking down. Like that. reflect motion vertically. Usually I gotta pull these corners in because usually it puts them out too much. It looks funny. Cheeky kitty. Okay, now I'm gonna move the sclera. And then reflect motion horizontally. And then here's the angle Y. Looking up. Oops. Wow. Irises. No reflector motion. Pupil. this right pupil is way too far over. Oh yeah, it's a lo-fi Sonic. Tails Lo-Fi Mega Collection. I love this video. Yeah. It's been Sonic music the whole time. Except for in the pre-stream, I was on something else. This eye is looking a little funny. I think that's good. No games, only Sonic. Sonic is the only game. Okay, no white shines. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the the eyelashes. I'm gonna put those More performer. You could just put these two on the same warp deformer, but I like to put them on their own warp deformer and then put the two deformers on the deformer. Move them over. I hope this makes sense at all. Sometimes I think learning stuff like this is something it's easier to do if you do it yourself. You can always refer back to the stream guide for help. Or any other videos, of course. No, only mine. And then do your eyebrows. Combine the eyebrows. Might make the left one small and the right one bigger when we turn and left. Seems like a situation where you watch the VOD when you're trying Live2D for yourself for the first time. Yeah. Hello, future VOD watchers! Well, I guess if you're watching the VOD right now, then you're not in the future anymore. Or you wait. You're in the present, and I'm in the past. I'm confused now. Okie dokie. Now I'm gonna move the nose. I'm gonna do the mouth. I'm gonna make the mouth the happiest and biggest. So it's, so I'm moving this, I'm moving all of them at once, but I'm seeing the effects of when it's the biggest. Because if I make the mouth the smallest mouth, or the closed mouth, and then move it, when it's big, it might clip into things that I don't want if I'm not watching it. I can make the big mouth the right size I want, or the right shape when it's in a different position. Justin watches my VODs? I had no idea.
I am at multiple points in time at once. Tremble before my power.
I'm trembling. Hang on. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong thing. I'm trembling. Okie dokies. I got the whiskers. I got a Brandy? What do you mean? Brandy from Brandy and Mr. Whiskers? Oh! I was gonna say I could make a Brandy model if you want to commission me for one. That would be a really fun model to do. I think any character we love would be fun to make a model. That's kind of a given.
Here is $5 PLS. Make Brandy for me, parent.
$5? Justin? I need more money than that, I'm sorry. Now I'm gonna do the ears. Oh. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna move the body now. So the body, we just move on an X and not on a Y, because the Y is more like the head tilting up and down. Hi, Fookie! Welcome! Snuggie Boogie! You're late to class, Fukama songs. I'm gonna have to give you an F. I'm just kidding. I've got a reflect motion. What? Did you really? Oh my goodness. It's messed up. I'm gonna do arms. We're pretty close to being done, actually. The original Mario movie's coming back, but only in Japan. I'd love to see it in theaters. Kitty looking around so happy. Whee! Dokie. I'm gonna make the leg deformers. Wow. And you combine them. then the tail. Okie dokies. I'm gonna do physics on a couple things. I think I'll put physics on the tail, ears, and whiskies. So I'm gonna scroll down to the bottom of the parameters and say new parameter. I don't have to scroll down to the bottom, but if I scroll down to the bottom and then click on the last one, it'll put the parameter underneath. And I like doing that. So I'm gonna call it physics. I'm just gonna call the ID physics. And then the default ranges is -30 to 30, but we like to do -10 to 10. Because the range is like the range of movement. I'm not sure how to explain it, but if the numbers are less of a range, they'll have more movement to them. That's just what I've seen other tutorials do, is say -10 to 10. Okay. Oh, the tail. Okay. See, the free version of Live2D only lets you have 2 parameters per warp deformer, or per deformer. So I only have 1, so I can put physics on the tail. But even if I did have like angle Y on the tail, then I could put I could put the deformer in a deformer, so then I could keep adding deformers, or keep adding parameters that way, which I have done. So for the physics for the tail, I think I'm gonna make the tail bounce up and down. So I'm gonna make the tail down. I'll drag it to the left and then make the tail, whoops, go down. And I move the tail to the right and make the tail go up. I'm just gonna put all my physics on the same parameter. You can make different parameters for different types of physics, but for me, I just like putting them on the same physics parameter. Here's some tail movement. I'm gonna make the whiskers. See, whiskers already have 2. So if I try to add another one, it'll say max number of parameters allowed per object is 2. So I can just put that in another deformer to kind of cheat my way, so I get to keep using the free version. You are only allowed 50 deformers, I think, with the free version, which is actually a lot, I think. But that's the drawback of making more and more parameters, is that you might get closer to reaching that limit. Go away. I don't care. Not any of you in chat. I meant to pop up. And then I'll make them up more. And I think I'll add physics to the ears, which I probably also need to put in another parameter. Yeah. Another deformer, that's what I meant. So maybe I'll move the ears left and right, kinda. So then I'll reflect the motion. Yeah. Here's all my physics. Okay, and now I'm gonna do the rotation deformer. So that's the head tilt. That's the Z. Angle Z is a head tilt. Like this. Oh. This is angle Z. This is angle X. This is angle Y. And this is angle Z. So to do the tilt, you gotta make a rotation deformer. So we're gonna select everything we want to go into the deformer, which will be anything connected to the head tilt. So it's whiskers, eyebrows, nose, eyelashes, white shines, pupils, irises, square eyes, mouth, head, ears. And then, yeah, that's it. Then we click on this. Just name it the rotation. And then it pops up here, but we wanna, if we try to move it, that's messed up. We don't want that. So you hold down Control, and then you can drag it to the base of the neck, or wherever you want it, which is probably the base of the neck. And then put the keyforms on angle Z. Move it to the left, and tilt it to the left. You can also fix the arm here, kind of looking a little weird. You see what I mean? Second. And then reflect motion. I can also go to the arms, go to angle Z. Then I kind of like to pull the arm up here. You pull this arm down here. So that the shoulder is kind of going up over. And then reflect that. Almost done. I'm going to then hit this button. This links the two parameters, so it links angle X and angle Y. And then you can select all the layers and then click this and say synthesize corners. So that way these two corners are synthesized. It looks really weird, but I think it adds more movement. You probably won't see the really, really weird movements that you just saw there, when you use the model unless you're really good at contorting your body in ways that shouldn't be done. There we go. We synthesized then Y and Z, the corners on Y and Z. Now we're going to actually go back and apply the physics. So we go modeling, open physics, scene blending settings. When we first started making models for a long time, we were not putting physics on anything because we lazy, because this window is intimidating and scary. But once you get used to it, it's pretty easy. So just click add. I'll see physics, then input, head, body, or bust. I usually just say body and then like clothes light, just so that there's more movement, even though it's not clothes that I'm moving. And then go to output, add, then click on your physics. Okay. And then they're there, but you can barely tell that they're moving because the default is to like be very subtle. So just say increase output. Yes. And now it looks better. You can see the tail and the ears and the whiskers are all moving like they're supposed to with the physics. Then you go to physics, export physics settings, save, and then also physics export preset, save. And then go to edit texture atlas. So the most pixels you can have with the free version is 2048. Which is plenty, I think, of pixels. And here's all the pieces. And you say, okay. It does kind of look like a classic 3D platformer hero. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to go File, Export. Export as MOC3 file. Alrighty. And now I'm gonna open up where VTube Studios folder is. Oh, I said how I have to copy them in a separate place so that they don't get wiped. I'm just gonna copy cat and paste cat in there. Let me open a third window. Or should I replace me with the kitty? Maybe I'll just replace me with the kitty. So I don't know why it's not there, but if I close it, then have it show up, there it is. So, say auto setup. Yeah, okay. I'm a kitty now. I made a kitty. Yeah. I'm a little kitty now. I'm a cat. I just now realized this kitty reminds me of Professor Genki from Saints Row. It's a Genki before the accident. I don't know. Kitty, 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 kitty. I'm kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, kitty. I love the ear movement. Oh yeah, let me show you how to. I'm your parent now. I'm a kitty. See, it has no icon. I can show you how to do that really quick. You simply take a picture. Maybe I'll change the background color real quick. Okay, and then save it. Hang on. I'll save it to here and then I can just copy it over. Okay. Oops. So you go settings and then this button, you click on here, and if you put the picture in the same folder as the model, you can click on it, and then there we go. Now I got a picture for the kitty. I did it. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya.
Please beware of the spikes on the asteroid coaster.
Spikes? Okay, I'm gonna switch back to me and wrap up my stream. I hope that was helpful. For either anyone today or anyone watching the future, I hope that helped you. And you have fun in making things. I know we have. Let me start the music. Yippee! Oh, thank you for thanking me. Of course. It was a pleasure teaching you today, cwass. Other things teachers usually say. Yeah. I think I will wait, Alara Faye. Who is playing Near Replicant? Oh, I don't know what that means. Yeah. Go over our schedule. Our next stream will be Friday, at 2 p.m. EST with Meadow playing Sonic 06. And then Saturday at 9 p.m. EST, Magma is playing Dark Deception and The Binding of Isaac. And Sunday at 2 p.m. EST, Cuddle is playing Spyro 3, original and reignited. And yeah, my next stream will be in a couple weeks. I'll be playing Slowdown Bowl. And also probably in a couple weeks I'll also be playing a little Animal Crossing after watch party. Our next watch party will probably be with Nilly. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna raid Larvick. Yeah, hope you have a wonderful good rest of your day or night, wherever you at. Class dismissed.